Hi everyone, my name is Alana Wallen. I'm the manager of AI Product and Strategy for Soulmates AI at Eisenberg. I'm here with Matthew Downs, Senior Director of Content Operations. How are you doing today, Matthew?
Thanks for having me, Alana. I'm doing great.
It's great to have you here. Today, we're going to showcase another powerful use case for Soulmates AI. We're going to explore how our platform can support the development of meaningful and impactful CTAs. If you're just joining us, Soulmates AI is an intelligent workspace and always-on audience research lab. We built high-fidelity digital twins, which allow you to understand your audiences on a much deeper level. So Matthew, could you share a little bit about what you do day-to-day when developing these CTAs?
Yeah, so my work spans social CTAs, engagement strategies, and content operations. So it's kind of like all of the above, right? And a big challenge we often face with CTAs is using generic phrasing. It's mostly based on like gut feel, past performance. You never really know what's going to connect and drive action with an audience until after it goes live.
It sounds like you have to deal with a lot of guesswork, which is where Soulmates AI comes in to close this gap. So on social, CTAs are often bolted at the end of a caption, but if they don't align with audience motivation, they feel pushy and they get ignored. And testing after launch wastes budget and impressions. And that's why we're here today, to show you how Soulmates AI can help you test and refine CTAs before your campaign even goes live. So we're going to take a real piece of social copy and ask our audience, made up of creative and strategy and other executives, to ask them which CTAs resonate the most with them. So we're going to say to our agent, Enya, hey Enya, we want to figure out which of our CTAs resonate with our audience the most. Below is our copy, and there are two options.
Always good to have at least two options to test with CTAs. I mean,
absolutely. You always got to have as many options as possible.
Yeah.
Audience, which they prefer. And I'll go ahead and put our copy in, and let's see what they say. So part of our platform is designed to give you as much information as possible. And any other day, we'd probably want to read these responses one by one to get into that really granular sense of detail, right? This is a lot to read, and it's great. But we just want to get to the meat of the story that we're looking for.
Just break it down for me, Enya.
Exactly.
Summaries.
Summaries, my best friend. Hey, Enya, can you write a summary of our findings? Okay, here's the feedback. The overwhelming majority of your audience expressed a strong preference for option 2, go deeper with Soulmates AI. And she gave us our reasons. The reasons being engagement and intrigue. The phrase go deeper suggests a more immersive, in-depth, and engaging experience. Personalization and sophistication. Alignment with interests. It seems a little less generic as opposed to read more. Personally, I agree with that. Is there anything here that's really jumping out for you?
I think, with CTAs, it is about being straightforward and less generic at the same time, about being really targeted about what action you'd like to take and the value that it has for the users taking that action. So would love to dive into engagement and intrigue, actually, and see
Absolutely. So
what that's all about.
Yeah,
right?
So let's ask Enya to help us come up with some new ideas. So let's say, hey, Enya, based off the idea of engagement and intrigue, can you suggest some alternative CTAs?
Let's go let's say natural language that our audience would use.
Yeah, absolutely. Based on their feedback, and use the sort of natural language that our audience would use. So she'll talk to the personas and come back with some insights for us along with her own ideas. Okay, so she gave us some. First, uncover the real why. This plays on the showing you why aspect of your copy and suggests revealing something hidden. She also suggests unlock deeper audience insights. This directly addresses the desire for more profound understanding and connects to the core value of your guide. This one says, explore true behavioral personalization. And the last is dive into the future of audience understanding. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So which one jumps out to you the most?
I'd go with option 3 or 4. Explore the behavioral personalization aspect of Soulmates. I think is really, highly relevant for what we're doing with the Audience Research Lab.
Absolutely. And it's funny, I was going to say I like unlock deeper audience insights. So maybe we can ask the personas. Let's see which ones they like better. Yeah. Between all these options, let's ask the personas which one they like the best. The overwhelming favorite is unlock deeper audience insights. Okay, and then they say, here's why they preferred it. It directly addresses their needs. It clearly communicates the value of gaining a more nuanced and meaningful understanding of the audience, which aligns with their stated needs for richer, more actionable data and insights. It seems very actionable and relevant. The phrase unlock implies revealing something valuable. It's less vague compared to uncover the real why. It's more specific about the benefit. Okay, that's a pretty good reason. And it's not overly futuristic. I've heard something like that in the space, that people are projecting a bit too far, but people want to live in the now. Like, I need to solve the problems I have today.
That's where we're at, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So now that we understand, why they're thinking about this, maybe we can ask them to surface the CTA and create a brief for us.
Let's try it.
Okay, great. Hey, Anya, let's take this winning CTA and write a creative brief for this copy and its campaign. So Enya gave us our creative brief, Unlock Deeper Audience Insights social media campaign, and we are here to promote the guide and drive downloads of why it happened. We also want to educate marketing professionals and, most importantly, establish Soulmates as a leader in our industry.
This is great because, I think we originally started from the standpoint of sharing social copy, which we actually used in a social post on Soulmates leading to an insights article. But now we've pivoted and we're trying to understand, okay, based on that same audience, interest, what drives clicks, what drives conversions, how can we, market a guide, and what kind of language would our specific audience want to see for that guide?
It's awesome that we're actually using this tool, for ourselves as well. And I'm glad to hear that you're able to use it in your day-to-day. And so, going through the rest of the brief, we see that we've laid out the target audience, whether they're marketing professionals or directors or researchers, the personality of those target audiences, those who want to move beyond surface level data, who value actionable insights. We've got our key messages here. And finally, our CTA, along with a breakdown of tone of voice, visuals, the copy itself, the format. We've got the whole thing here.
It's all there. It's making my job pretty easy.
That was such a cool learning experience to be able to actually hear from our audience what they wanted and what they needed, and then put that into our own strategy.
Right? Normally you only figure out what works with a CTA after launch, after you go live, and usually by then the budget's gone, right?
Yeah, and you spend so much time investing, resources and your own efforts, and it's all about closing that gap and moving from guesswork into grounded insights. With Soulmates AI, you can ask, test, and decide, and most importantly, make decisions with confidence. Thank you for joining us today. To learn more, visit soulmates.ai and click Let's Talk to schedule a demo of our platform. See you next time.